Hey YouTube, this is Tanya, and this is, I think, my week 98, but I'll check it before I post the video. I'm not really going to do a weigh-in because I just got back from my cruise, and although the morning of my cruise I weighed the same as, the morning I got back from my cruise I weighed the same as the day I got on the cruise, I've been extremely swollen ever since. My hands are so swollen I can't even put my rings on, so the scale is up, and I'm not talking about it. So, and it's really not bothering me because I feel good in my clothes, and I feel really physically fit, so I'm not letting the fluid worry me. What I want to talk about in this video is all the wonderful time I had on my cruise and all of the NSVs I acknowledged while I was on my cruise. I think that's a way better thing to focus on than the scale. So, here we go. I got a whole list. I have 9 NSVs, and then I have something else I want to talk about. One, going up and down stairs and not having to wait for the elevator. I'm sure we would have had to wait for a long time, but instinctively I just started taking the stairs when we got on the boat, and our room was on the 6th floor, and most of the activities were anywhere from like 10th floor to the 12th floor, and I took stairs constantly, and I listed out, I wore my Fitbit the whole time, so I have record of how many flights of stairs I took. On Thursday, I had 40 flights, Friday 68, Saturday 48, Sunday 75, and Monday 11. We got off the boat about 9:30 that morning. So, taking stairs is something that I really was never keen on doing before I lost weight, and I would have been extremely out of breath and miserable, and so I consider that a huge NSV for me, to take the stairs and not be forced to wait for the elevators, which would have been really slow. Wearing a bathing suit without feeling completely depressed. You know, in the past, whenever I wore a bathing suit, I always had that feeling of, I wish I would have lost weight before I took a trip. I wish I looked better. Everybody else looks better than me. I look so out of place, blah, blah, blah. Well, I had none of those feelings this time. I felt totally, I felt, not to sound like, oh God, there's somebody. Okay, sorry. I had somebody walk up, and I didn't want it to look like a complete psycho talking to my phone. So, anyway, in the past, I would have felt totally self-conscious and felt so depressed. And I was gonna say, I don't want to sound conceited or like I think so much of myself, but I felt totally comfortable, and I felt like I probably looked better than, I don't know, 70% of the people on the boat. So I've never felt like that before. So that was huge for me, for wearing a bathing suit. We went ziplining. We had a one-day in port in Cozumel, and we chose to go ziplining. And that was fun. You know, I did that over the summertime. I've done it a couple of times, and I really love ziplining. And this was a really fun course. It was really fast. It was only 4 of us. It was my husband and I and 2 other girls. And so it went really quickly, and this was a lot more climbing, and not just like climbing stairs, but like climbing ladders, and like really rustic kind of ladders. And I never got winded. And afterwards, my husband even said that was kind of strenuous. And now he climbs ladders at work all the time, and for him to say it was strenuous, and I didn't think it was strenuous at all. I think that's major. I mean, it tells you a lot about my fitness level. So that was great. Being under the 240-pound mark. Before I started this whole thing, I was in the 270s. So I wouldn't have even been allowed to go ziplining before losing this weight. So this has just opened up a huge door for me. Oh, it was so hot. I had worn jean shorts to go ziplining, and I had my bathing suit underneath and a tank top. And when we finished ziplining, like from wearing a harness, it looked like I peed on myself because I was so sweaty, and it was like big. It was gross. So after that, they bring you to like this resort where you can go lay by the pool and, you know, sit by the water and just relax. And so we did that. And when it came time to go, like there was no way I was putting those jeans back on. They were just like really gross and sweaty. But all I had was my bathing suit and the tank top. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to walk back in my bathing suit and the tank top because I got nothing else to wear, and I'm not putting those shorts back on. So, I mean, my thighs are not beautiful by any stretch, but I figured, you know what, I've seen other people walking around with their bathing suits and a cover-up on, and they're not beautiful either. So I'm just walking. And so I just walked back with my bathing suit on and my long tank top, and I really didn't even feel that terribly self-conscious about it. So that's huge for me. Let's see, 4, getting dressed up and going out dancing, and not worrying about how I look, if I looked out of place, if I'm dancing, if, people, what were people thinking about me. I didn't worry about any of that. I didn't care what people were thinking about me, because I didn't think they would be thinking anything, and if they were, I really wouldn't care about it. I really enjoyed myself, and my husband the last night actually even said, that he enjoyed watching me not be self-conscious and just enjoying myself. And even when I was heavy, I always got out and danced. I was always out, outgoing, and but I would be, tugging and, adjusting stuff, and you could tell probably that I was self-conscious. Now, no, I just got out there and enjoyed myself. So, getting compliments from strangers. Like, there was a couple of men who, were kind of flirty, and not that I'm inviting that, but it happened, and it's something that wouldn't have happened 100 pounds ago. So, while I don't, I'm not asking for it, I am very flattered by it, and I acknowledge that it's something that wouldn't have happened before. So, it's okay to enjoy it, even if you're not going to invite it, While we were on the ship, my husband and I went to the gym. Well, I went to the gym and worked out twice. Now, it was a 4-night cruise. I got up 2 mornings before my husband and went and did like an hour and a half workout both times. That's another NSV in itself, because there's no way I would have gotten up to exercise on a cruise before any of this stuff. But now it's such a big part of my life. It was like, I don't have to worry about bringing the kids anywhere and who's going to watch them. And I'm taking advantage, and I worked out. And then the middle day was when we had the onshore excursion, and we went ziplining and did all that climbing and walking and shopping. So I got fitness in the whole time we were out there. But anyway, we went to the gym, and they had guys there who would do a body composition analysis for couples. And so my husband and I both signed up to do that. And this is the first time I've had this kind of body composition thing done. And this was huge. This was a huge NSV. So, like, they do your height and weight, and then they lay you on a table, and they put these probes on you, and they put you on the machine that spits out thing, and as it's spitting out the results, the guy's kind of looking at me, and he's from Bulgaria, and, here's somebody else parking, hold on. Okay, so it's spitting out the results, and he's looking at me, and he says, you do not need to lose any weight, you are perfectly fine. I'm like, okay, when in what lifetime would I have ever thought that I would get a body composition test and have the fitness trainer tell me that I do not need to lose any weight? That was, like, one of the happiest moments I've ever had. I could not stop smiling. So, I have the results here. It says my percent of body fat is 20.2%. My body fat weight is 33.3 pounds, and my lean body weight is 131.7. So I guess that includes muscle and bone. It says my basal metabolic rate would be I'd have to consume 1,800 calories, 1817 a day to maintain my current weight, which is clearly not right, because I really only consume between like 1,300 calories a day, and I'm not losing weight. So that's not real. That's not right. What else? But, I mean, everything is like, I'm right in line with exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't have to lose any weight. That is, like, incredible. And for my husband, it said he had to lose 4.1 pounds. I'm like, that's nothing. He can lose 4.1 pounds in a week or two. So, that was just incredible. Let's see. Oh, I talked about getting up to go exercise twice a week. I did drink. I drank every day on the cruise, but I could not drink like those fruity drinks they want to sell you, like Mai Tais, and I tried drinking a few of them just to like kind of be in the spirit of the cruise. I can't drink that. The sugar just, I felt terrible. I just could not drink it. So I wound up drinking before I had surgery, and like for my whole adult life before, my drink was always rum and Coke. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to drink rum and Diet Coke. I really never, ever, ever drink carbonated beverages, but I figure it's in with alcohol. It was the only thing that sat on my stomach right, and it was not like I drink Diet Coke all the time. It really wasn't carbonated because it's mixed with the alcohol. So that's what I drank on the cruise, and I did feel it, and I felt great, and I didn't feel remorseful for it, and yeah. So, but yeah, I could not drink the fruity drinks. Just way too much sugar. So, I count that as an NSV, because before, that's all I would have drank. Because I'm on a cruise, I'm drinking all the fruity drinks and all the sugary drinks, and I probably would have gained who knows how much weight from that. And, yeah, my body just did not like the sugar. So, eating, I was worried. I wasn't really worried. I knew there would probably be some healthy options on the cruise, and I would just make whatever healthy option, work for me. So, and I brought a couple of things with me, but not really. I didn't bring a whole lot of stuff. I brought a little bit of turkey jerky and a couple of protein bars. And I did have a protein bar the day that we went on our excursion, because I knew we wouldn't be eating when we were out and about, and so I needed something, some kind of protein. And so in the mornings, I had coffee, and one morning I had an omelet with cheese and ham. That was easy. I had a banana a couple of times, which I don't even really normally eat bananas because of the sugar content. But I figured I'm splurging. I'm splurging on a banana, really. For lunchtime, I had salad, and I put like cold cut meat and cheese on it, and that was my protein. For dinner, I would normally pick whatever kind of lean protein they had. We had fish one night. We had what else? I'm trying to think what else. Like, the food isn't really that important to me anymore. I can't remember. But whatever lean protein was on the menu, that's what I chose. I chose onion soup one night because I love onion soup. And after I did my lean protein first, I had a few bites of something that I would not normally have. And that included dessert. I couldn't eat a whole dessert. I would have been sick, but I felt totally pleased with being able to eat a few bites, which is not something I would normally do in everyday life. But on the cruise, they had lots of yummy desserts, and I figured I was on vacation, and I was going to partake, and I did. And it felt good to be normal and to eat a couple of bites of something and feel totally satisfied. And I wasn't depriving myself, and I wasn't overindulging in things. And it was just a great experience. I felt pretty much in control of everything, and it was a great cruise. We just had a wonderful time. So, now one of the things I wanted to talk about in relation to the cruise is something that Sarah, Nerd in Oregon, was talking about this week. And when she was talking, I was thinking, oh my God, I know exactly how I felt when I was on this cruise. She called it, like a survivor's guilt kind of feeling. And that's pretty much how I felt. There was a lot of people on the cruise who were heavy, and there were a few girls who I thought were very beautiful, but they were very overweight. And one night when I was dancing and I had had a few drinks, I told my husband I really want to go up to her and tell her about VSG. And my husband said, I really don't think that's appropriate. I don't think you should do that. And I didn't. But I have this need in me that I want to go to people and spread the word that you don't have to live like that. I could see it was people who probably what I looked like before I had surgery. People who want to get out there and dance and enjoy themselves. And they are, but you can see it in their eyes that they're self-conscious. And I just want to go up and say, there's a better way. You don't have to live like this. You are a young, vibrant person. You can have this surgery and you can change your life. And I don't want to offend anybody by going up to them and telling them, but I feel like I'm hiding a big secret by not telling them about it. And I'm so torn over whether I would offend somebody or give them the greatest blessing of their life. And I don't know. I know if you're not ready to hear it, that it would offend, because I would have been offended when I wasn't ready to hear it. But I just want to share the wealth. I feel like this has given me this has opened up so many opportunities for me that I would not have had to enjoy myself and to feel comfortable in my own skin, that I want everybody to feel this way. I don't want anybody to have to suffer with low self-esteem and feeling self-conscious the way I did, when you know you have something better inside you. And I feel like I went out of my way to be friendly with those people because I was there. I know what they're feeling like. And I don't know. I wish I knew what the right thing to do was. Like, it was not saying anything and not spreading the word the right thing. Or by me saying something, could that have changed their life? And so then I feel guilty for not saying anything, but then I would feel bad if I made them feel bad by saying, hey, you would be a great candidate for weight loss surgery. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm sure we all, go through those emotions, but I don't know. I wish I could go shout it from a mountaintop. I wish I could be more of a public advocate for weight loss surgery, because it has just done so much for me, and I know it could do so much for other people too. So Sarah, I totally related to everything you were saying about going back to school and feeling for people that you see who could benefit from the surgery. So anyway, that is my week. It was an incredible week. I really didn't want to come back to work, and I really want to plan my next cruise because we had such a good time. But anyway, hopefully this week is a good week. I'm trying to, my eating's pretty much back on track. I'm actually doing really well. No Quest bars, woohoo, which I find frees up a lot of calories to eat real food when you don't fill it up with protein bars. So I am doing a little bit something different with my daily routine of eating. I found that when I was eating breakfast, I was getting hungrier earlier, and so what I've been doing is having my coffee in the morning like I normally do, but I've been putting off breakfast. Normally I would eat it like right at 8 o'clock when I get to work. I've been trying to eat it like 9:30, maybe 10, and then pushing my lunch back to like 1:30 rather than having it at noon, and I find that I'm eating less calories by doing that, because I tend to get hungrier in the afternoon, evening. But if I'm totally satisfied with the snacks I have because my lunch was later, I'm less likely to want to pick another, like have a second or third snack in the afternoon. So yeah, that's working for me. I'll see how much longer I can keep it going. I'm still having my egg white omelets. Instead of using little bacon pieces now, I'm using the Jimmy Dean's turkey sausage crumbles. Just like a quarter of a cup of that in my egg white omelets, and it's totally satisfying. It's really good. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. Oh, and my fitness, I've started something new with that. From climbing so many stairs on a cruise, I realized how much stamina I had. So what I'm doing now, because it's still really hot outside here in New Orleans, instead of walking at lunchtime or like periodically, like for 10 minutes, here and there during the day, when I get up to use the bathroom, I'm going to do the stairs. Not every single time, because I would be in the stairs all the time, but I'm doing 10 minutes of climbing the stairs in my building, going up and down, up and down, up and down, which I only work in a 3-story building, so it's not like a lot, but like I find in 10 minutes I can go, I think it's 24 flights of stairs, so up, and then I guess down too. So that's something I'm doing. And then I also bought a stair stepper thing for step aerobics, and I found a couple of step aerobics routines on YouTube, and I tried that out last night, and I did a 45-minute step aerobics workout at home. So, and I was really sweating and feeling it, and so I thought that's a really good option, like if it's raining outside and I don't want to go out, or if I don't have like 2 hours to devote with getting ready and going to the gym and working out and coming back, blah, blah, I can just do 45 minutes to an hour at home, and that's another good workout without taking up quite as much time. So that's 2 things I'm doing, and hopefully my knees and my hips don't bother me with doing the step, and if it does, then I'll just do walking in the neighborhood. Thank God we're coming up on fall weather and it's going to get cooler. So sorry this video is so long, but I just had so many things I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to get it out. So y'all have a fabulous week. Go out there and make it happen. Bye guys.